Hello. I wanted to do a quick video just to talk about how I'm rolling at the moment with my writing. It's going like nicely. Like it's coming along really well. All because of just a chain of events from a couple weeks ago. So basically, the situation before this is how I write was I'd kind of think about the scene and wait for this idea to pop into my head, and when it came into my head I'd be like, oh, gotta go right, and I write it down, and usually that turns out really well, have an awesome scene and stuff like that. But kind of waiting for that moment of the idea is coming to my head, just waiting for it. I don't know where I'm going with this, but sometimes it takes a while, and also another problem I have is sometimes when I start a story, it's all really good. I start a story, but then once I get kind of further into it, especially when I post it online, and I notice that people are reading it, and some of my friends, they read it and they like it and stuff, and suddenly I put some pressure on myself. Suddenly I question whether if I write this type of scene, whether they like it or not, or all these kind of things, and suddenly I get I don't know, writer's block or something like that, more pressure on it, and it's less fun or something like that. So that has been a problem for me before. But right now, it's coming along so nicely, and I think I can trace it back the last few weeks. One of the best things was I was just browsing around YouTube, right? And I saw one of the videos that was I don't know how I came across it, but one of the TED Talks, the TED, I think TEDx, I'm not sure. But they had these videos on YouTube of people doing these talks on heaps of different topics. I don't know what TED stands for, but sometimes the topics are really interesting. And I saw one topic by this guy, and he was talking about why we procrastinate or something like that. And I watched the video, and I don't know, somehow it just kind of made sense to me in a way. And it's very hard because I watched it a few weeks ago and it got me going, and then I can't remember exactly what it was that said, in the video that kind of connected for me or made me really get going. Because when I'm telling other people about what was in the video that made me get started and stuff, I don't know what exactly it was. Generally, I think from memory, I'm gonna I'll try to link the video to this video so that you can watch it if you want to. But I found it really got me going because procrastination's a problem. And I think he was explaining something about how there's different parts of your brain, or like your brain that's logical and thinks and stuff. Realizes that you should be doing something, you want to do something, but then I don't know. I haven't seen it for a while, so it's hard to explain. But there's another part of your brain, a deeper, more powerful part of your brain, more primitive. It's I don't know how it was basically, but what I took from it was I should have watched the video before I did this. But anyways, one thing I got from it was let's say in my situation of writing, you can say I like to be a perfectionist in a way. So basically, if I don't go and start writing now, if I'm sitting here and I want to write, my brain says I want to write something, but part of me is if I distract myself and do something else, then that writing that I was gonna do, it can't fail because I haven't done it. It's still perfect. You know what I mean? Because if you attempt something and it's crap, then you feel bad because it's not as good. But so then you avoid that kind of bad feeling, and so you end up doing something else, going to wasting time doing something else. So I think that was the gist that I got from it. But basically, yeah, that's what I've been doing, just realizing now when I'm procrastinating, because that's the problem. I want to, let's say, write something, but instead I'm checking Facebook or checking emails or just doing this or going to eat some apples or something, or something else. So I realized that when I want to do something, I should just go do it. Just dive in and just do it. Do it and it's been great. not so much the story that I was writing. Like, I haven't written a story, but like I've been writing other stuff, and that's what I've always wanted. Like, just to be able to write a lot and write heaps and stuff. And another video that I watched, maybe it was last week or something, or a couple of days ago. I just came across it as well. It was on YouTube. It was by an author named McEwan, and one of the books he wrote is Solar. And I think one of the things that I got from what he said was like he always gets up at 9:30 or something, and he writes. He sits there and writes until 12, and then he's happy if he just gets out a solid amount of writing. Like, I don't know how many thousand words he said, but he said it's very important to have, for him, he believes, to have a work ethic and just show up at that desk whether you have inspiration or not. So I took from that, like, sometimes you just have to show up. Like sometimes, like, I have a few days where I go to the library and write. So sometimes I don't have any ideas of what to write, but like this week I think I just went to the library and I just wanted to show up. Like, I just wanted to be at that table, and then I started writing, and I wrote like a scene, and I really enjoyed writing it. So it was about winter, how about how most people don't like winter, and blah 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 blah. It's like a story I'm writing at the moment, like a kind of a shortish story. I had this idea for this story like a few months ago. It's funny, like sometimes like, and another thing, like sometimes instead of sitting here and thinking, okay, what story will I write, like every now and then, just during normal day-to-day life, like an idea will just pop into my head, like this winter story. One time I was walking to the train station on a cold winter morning, and I was just looking around and thinking, this is kind of pleasant. I quite like winter at the moment. Like, it's just pretty. Like, it was grey, but it was still nice and stuff, and it had its own feel and stuff like that. Like, spring, summer, autumn, they're all warm and things like that. But winter is like completely opposite. It's its own season. It's not like the other seasons at all. I really liked it, and I had this idea of a story for it, like involving some kid who's basically in the same situation as me, who kind of just noticed that he really loves winter. And then I had this idea that there'd be like a spirit, or no, not a spirit, but the goddess of winter or something. Her name would be Soleil, Soleil. And so I had this idea for this story, and I jotted it into my phone, and I put it into my to-do list and stuff like that. So it was just been sitting there on my to-do list. And so now, because I'm in a writing mood, I've been working on this story, like, and the thing is, I've let go of this whole perfectionist kind of attitude where I want it to be perfect and stuff. I just sit at the table and say, I'm gonna write this story. I don't care if it's great or crap or whatever. I just want to write it, and it's been great. I've really loved the way I'm doing it like this at the moment. It's the best ever. And just, I want to get in a situation where I'm writing a lot and reading a lot, and just ideas are flowing, and I'm just in the habit of writing. Kind of like, like when I do exercise, I exercise every day and just do a lot of exercise, and it started off with just like half an hour jogs every day, and then it just kind of blossomed from that, and I do a lot of exercise. And I want my writing to be like that too, where it's just something I do a lot of, rather than just kind of like, it's a big thing where I write once every couple of weeks. I write one scene or something like that. Yeah. 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 Okay. And so I'm really enjoying writing at the moment. Also, another thing I started doing, I think after the procrastination video, watching it as well, I started doing blogs and stuff, because on my phone I realized that with the Blogger app on my phone, I can do blogs and stuff from the phone really easily. I really love it. So I started doing little blogs, like about food, because I like talking about, like, on Facebook, I usually, if I like something to eat, I'll like post up a photo of it and talk about how yummy it was. But then I realized I could do that on blog form as well. So I've been doing that, and just anytime I get something I feel like writing about, like blogging about food or movies or something, I do, like, I've got separate blogs and stuff. And also just adventures that I have, like little adventures, which are like adventures to me, but they might be nothing to other people. But just like, like that. So I've been doing little blogs and stuff, just writing a lot, and I find it's been so fun. And just like, and not worrying about it sounding perfect words and stuff like that, just writing and stuff, and just getting my thoughts onto a thing. It's been so fun. I love it. Like, yeah, I just love it. So right now I'm just rolling in this writing. Like, it's the nicest feeling. Like, instead of kind of wanting to write, I just do it and stuff like that. So, and like, when I get an idea for a story pop into my head, I note it down in my phone. Like, I've got a to-do list on that. And so I think I was out at Dalesford on the weekend with some friends, and I was in this, we went somewhere for brunch, like this cafe for brunch. And for some reason I just felt like checking out this shelf that they had while we were waiting for our food. And they had this jar there, and it was like homemade jam or something like that. And on the back it had just a description of like how there was like a family, and the person who owned the cafe makes this jam, I think it was. And she wrote that, you know, she grew up in a family that loved food, and when she grew up, and she talked about on the back of the jar. And I had this idea of, I'd love to write a story based on that blurb that was on the jar. And so I've written that down. I took a photo of the jar, and I feel like writing a little short story about that, you know, situation. Just kind of like a mini, like, Little House on the Prairie or something like that. You know, that kind of house, just basically in a house. So instead of like thinking, okay, what do I want to write? Now it's just like, when ideas pop in my head that I like, I put them in my to-do list, and then I think, okay, that's the task that I'm going to do. So I'll work on that next and stuff. So it's so much fun. I can't describe how much I'm enjoying just writing a lot, and it's not forced. I mean, and I love that. In fact, I just sat down before, like, just wrote down, and even, I didn't even know where the story was going to go with the winter story, and I was just writing it and not worrying about, like, perfect story. I think just getting it out, and it was so much fun. It's not even done yet. It's like halfway through, and it was so cool. I didn't even, and even as I was writing, I was thinking to myself, you know, if I finish this story and I don't even want to type it out, I don't care. I'm just enjoying the fact that I wrote it, you know, like, it's still great. Like, I didn't write it for like a, you know, ulterior motive, like finishing it, typing it up and putting it out there, which I would love to do. But if I write it and I don't feel like doing anything with it, that's still cool, because I enjoyed writing it. And yeah, I would probably love to share it and stuff like that. You know, yeah, that'd be cool. So, I don't know if this video just went in circles, but I wanted to capture the feeling that I've got at the moment, which was like getting over procrastination, because I understand now what's going on in a way. Like, procrastination is your brain trying to do something else because it wants to avoid, you know, something, you know what I mean? Like, if you're procrastinating exercise, you're trying to avoid the pain of the exercise or something like that, you know, even though you know you should. But anyway, I've got to go have dinner now soon, so I'll finish up there, and just want to say I'm just enjoying it at the moment. Hopefully I can keep it up, and I'll